Good afternoon, everyone. Just a couple quick things I want to say. Well, first, I'm President Ray Rice. I'm the president of the University of Maine at Presque Isle. Welcome to all of you. Just a couple quick things. One, this is the first time we've done this particular celebration. So thank you for being the first class going through this, and please bear with us as this is our first time through, unlike the 116th commencements that we've done. So tomorrow, that's something we've done many times, many of us, but like you, we are going through this the first time. So it's a great learning experience for us as well. And number two, for those of you from Maine, you know what spring is like, and this is a perfect spring day in Maine. For you, those of you who are not from Maine, I kind of apologize that it's sun, a thunderstorm, hail, sun. So, but welcome to Maine, so in May. As I said, I'm really honored to welcome you to our first ever Master's Hooding ceremony. This occasion is dedicated solely to recognizing the scholarly achievement of our graduate students, the culmination of rigorous study, personal sacrifice, and sustained commitment to your individual fields. What I'd like to do first, because we will be recognizing all of you, I'm just going to call out the names of the faculty that are supporting you in the program that are here. Again, their first time here. And you can just wave or flail your cap around if you like a little bit behind you. So we're very pleased to be joined by Dr. Wendy Malenfant, Dr. Christy Morin, Dr. Ryan Wheaton, Dr. Daniel Leland, Dr. Donald Cragen, Dr. Michael Curran, Mrs. Barb Blackstone, Mrs. Shannon Sleeper, Dr. Tomas Herzog, Dr. Jerry Choi, Dr. Lauren Gibson. Thank you to all of you for providing support to these students. I also very much want to recognize Professor Anatol Wieck and Margaret Jellison, who you heard. You had the good fortune to hear them the past few minutes. Dr. Wieck is a professor, distinguished professor of violin at the University of Maine, a couple hours to our south. He spends commencement with us rather than at the University of Maine, for which we are eternally grateful. And he knows that almost as much as Edward Elgar, I love John Williams. That will come into play a little bit later, but my thanks for both of you for your wonderful music. To our graduates, this ceremony is yours. The hood we are about to place on your shoulders does not create what it represents. It makes visible what has long been true, the depth of your learning, the steadiness of your dedication, and the long, often unseen work that brought each of you to this room. So at this time, I would like to introduce the members of the platform party to my left. Please hold your applause until I've introduced all of them. Dr. Alana Margison, Vice President of Academic Affairs and Provost. Dr. Matthew Campbell, Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs. Courtney Boma, the Executive Director of the UMPI program. Stacy Emery, Chair of Business, Accounting, and our master's programs in Organizational Leadership and Business, because she likes to stay busy. Please join me in welcoming them. So with that, let's begin our ceremony. At the University of Maine at Presque Isle, the owl is more than our mascot. It is a symbol of what we value most in scholarship, wisdom earned through careful observation, the vision to see clearly when others may not be able to, and the quiet strength to lead with purpose. The owl does not rush, it watches, it studies, it waits for the moment that matters. And when it acts, it does so with precision and conviction. That is what graduate level work demands, and that is what each of you has demonstrated. Today, as we place the hood upon your shoulders, we recognize that you have earned the clear vision of the owl, the clarity that comes from sustained intellectual effort. You leave this ceremony not only with a degree, but with a responsibility to see what others may overlook, to think deeply when the world too often rewards the superficial, and to serve your communities with the wisdom that you have gained. To all of you gathered here this afternoon, please join me in congratulating these UMPI Owls on achieving this incredible personal milestone in their lives. I will make a slightly longer speech, and you'll hear longer speeches tomorrow at commencement, but now it is time for the presentation and hooding of our candidates. So I will now call upon Provost Margison to present the candidates for master's degrees at the University of Maine at Presque Isle.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership please rise and come forward? Brandy Nicole Perry, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Presque Isle, Maine, USA. Scott R. Belair, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Mapleton, Maine, USA. Michael Sean Flannery, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Orland Park, Illinois, USA. James Nye. James. It's James Nye. James Mai, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Irvine, California, USA. Congratulations. Melanie Gail Harari, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Los Angeles, California, USA. Darcy Lee Haynes, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Blaine, Maine, USA. Tori Lynn Yeager Knight, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Greenville, Pennsylvania, USA. Jessica Danielle Rosales, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Burbank, California, USA. Michael Joseph Marvin, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Taunton, Massachusetts, USA. Monica D. Haskell, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Newark, Delaware, USA. Congratulations. Okay. Virginia Murray, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Maranata Lalille Jonas Crosby, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Melissa, Texas, USA. Candace Aguirre Holly, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Hempstead, New York, USA. Going. Congratulations. Emma Joanna Felicity Coffin Goen, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Brunswick, Maine, USA. This is amazing. Soak it in. Susan Brooke Stukes, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Brooklyn, New York, USA. Thank you. Richard William Montmarquette, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Congratulations. Caitlin Douglas, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Atlanta, Georgia, USA. Nice to see you again. Matthew Ryan Ames, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Georgetown, Maine, USA. Latifa Bryant, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Ambler, Pennsylvania, USA. Dongwon Kim, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Seoul, South Korea. Christy Croft Williams, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Cary, North Carolina, USA. Christiana Oluchi Idomobi, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Alden, Pennsylvania, USA. Oh, thank you. Charles James Eek, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Houston, Texas, USA. Do you want the middle name said? Darion Josiah Harris, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Montevallo, Alabama, USA. Fahad Abdullahi Amin, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Rochester, Minnesota, USA. Sandra A. McDonald, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, Presque Isle, Maine, USA. Oh, St. Anne de Beaupré. St. Anne de Beaupré. Xavier Imond, Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership, St. Anne de Beaupré, Quebec, Canada. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Business please rise and come forward? Mahdi Alimi, Master of Science in Business, Santa Monica, California, USA. Congratulations. James York Price, Master of Science in Business, North Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. Dawana Carey Hart, Master of Science in Business, Newark, New Jersey, USA. Rebecca Cepeda, Master of Science in Business, Houston, Texas, USA. Brianna Belial, Master of Science in Business, Long Beach, California, USA. Stephanie Maria Allen, Master of Science in Business, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, USA. Wow, from Kansas City, welcome. Congratulations. What's that? Gerson Perez, Master of Science in Business, Kansas City, Missouri, USA. Will the candidate for the degree of Master of Science in Trauma-Informed Emergency Management please rise and come forward? This degree is from the University of Maine at Augusta. Terry Ann Knight Riddle, Master of Science in Trauma-Informed Emergency Management, Waynesboro, Virginia, USA. Please join me in a round of applause for all of our Just Hooded Masters students. I would now like to invite President Rice back to the podium.
Thank you so much. And I hate messing up, so I just want to signify my thanks for Roger Getz, who's also with us with the faculty here today. So thank you, Roger. I made a last-minute decision to name everybody, and Roger was there, but I just missed over Roger, so I'm sorry. So it is now time for the Owl's Charge, given for the first time tonight and given to you. As the first class to receive this charge, you do more than carry it forward, you establish it for those that come after you. What you accept tonight becomes the inheritance of every UMPI graduate student that follows afterwards. You have earned the hood of your discipline. You have demonstrated the perseverance to study when others rested, the courage to question when others accepted, and the discipline to see your work through to its completion. As Owls of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, we now charge you with 3 responsibilities. First, we ask you to see clearly. The mind that has been trained by education is not the mind that knows more necessarily, but the mind that discerns more carefully, that distinguishes the surface from what lies beneath it, that asks what evidence supports a claim before accepting it, and that has the honesty to interrogate its own assumptions with the same rigor it brings to the assumptions of others. Use that trained attention in every domain that asks for your judgment, in your work, in your communities, and in the public discussions that increasingly sometimes mistake volume for truth. Second, we ask you to serve wisely. Knowledge that stays with the knower is only half complete. It becomes a whole when it is offered back to colleagues, to clients, to neighbors, to the institutions that cannot function without that knowledge. That offering is not without risk. It requires the willingness to be present with others in their uncertainty, not merely to arrive with answers. Carry your knowledge into your professions and your communities, not for recognition, but because the work of an educated person is finally work that is done for others. And third, we ask that you lead with a deliberate strength. The owl does not announce itself, as we've noted. It acts, and the act itself is the statement. But deliberate strength is not armor, nor is it silence. It is the courage to lead without guarantees, to act on conviction before the outcome is certain, and to refuse to let noise substitute for substance. Bring that strength to bear in your professions, in your communities, and in the institutions that you will help to shape in your futures. And let your competence speak first, and please speak loudly. Graduate students of the class of 2026, consider yourself duly charged for the future. Congratulations. So throughout the ceremony, you have been seated facing this platform, as students do, looking toward those who have guided and challenged them, although the faculty were behind you, so that was a little more symbolic than actual literally. I now ask you to rise, to turn, and to face those who have sustained you throughout this journey, your families, your friends, your colleagues, your communities, and let's give them all a great thanks for that support. So this is the flight. You no longer face inward, you face outward toward the world that needs not only what you know, but who you have become. You go forward with the clear eyes, the steady purpose, the deliberate strength that this university has asked of you, that you have asked of yourself, and that you have made your own. Family and friends, these are your graduates. They are ready, and we could not be more proud of what they have accomplished. Congratulations. You guys may now turn back around the other way and be seated. So I'll invite our guests. Oh, sorry, yeah, they can be seated? Yes, it says here you can be seated. Okay. Told you this is the first time we did this. I once did a graduation when everybody marched in, do the national anthem at a commencement, and I had everybody sit, and then I went, oops, so I made everybody stand up again, and we kind of had a joke going up and down for a minute. So I'll invite our guests here to remain seated as our graduates and faculty recess. On behalf of the University of Maine at Presque Isle, I extend my warmest congratulations to the class of 2026. You have honored this institution, you have honored your families, you have honored yourselves through your achievements. We are excitedly to formally confer upon you your degrees at tomorrow's 117th commencement ceremony at this university. So now, will the graduates please rise? What's going to happen is a platform party is going to leave first. So I'm going to and then go through the center aisle, and then you guys follow right after Stacy Emery, who will be last in the line. And then after you exit, the faculty and the staff with us can exit as well. So with that, it's my favorite part, Star Wars.